Welcome, friends, to the Someone Gets Me podcast. I am your host, Diane Allen, and I am so delighted that you're here. This podcast was created because I believe there is a visionary leader inside each one of us who is waiting to be seen. In each episode of Someone Gets Me, you will hear useful tips from successful visionaries who will share their stories about how being seen has allowed them to take their vision out into the world with action. Welcome, friends, to Someone Gets Me. This is Diane Allen, your host. Today, we're going to talk about an atmosphere of praise and gratitude. I often think about how the room changes when we walk into it. You can walk into your friend's home and just your presence walking through the door changes things. Just like a situation too where maybe you have a certain group of friends or family and someone's missing, you notice it. So the atmosphere around us is so important to pay attention. I kind of think of it like smells, right? Like if you always have a great memory of good food cooking and then it's not there, or you smell an icky odor instead, you notice it. So that's how the atmosphere around each one of us works. It's like antennae that go out. And so I'd like us to think together about what our atmosphere is. What energy are you emitting? What feeling do people leave you experiencing? So the way I see it is we have a choice of an atmosphere of praise and gratitude and well-being, where we're building and moving forward and creating new ways. I see it as cumulative, so that as we offer gratitude and appreciation just going through our day, that soon our entire world changes because that's what we see and experience. And I see the same accumulation with complaining and heartache and fear and negativity. I know some people who have a high fear level. They're afraid about the future, afraid about their job, afraid about their family, afraid about their children. And that fear level exudes from them. I can feel it as they approach me. I can hear it in their voice. So all of these things are cumulative. So I ask you, are you the fear complaining person who's drawing the energy down and maybe making it all staticky? Or are you the person who is consistently offering praise and gratitude for life itself, for opportunity, for openings, even in the face of adversity? I kind of think about it like flowers in a lot of ways, like some of the flowers have the sweet nectar and all the bees are there. And, that's what keeps us going on earth, or the bees. And then there's other flowers that are beautiful, but they don't have the nectar. And then there's other flowers that are pretty, but there's thorns all around them. So what kind of flower would you be? Would you be the one with the sweet nectar that is drawing in goodness and beauty and life itself for those bees? Or are there thorns all around you? Thorns of complaining and negativity and heaviness? Because you are the one in charge. You're the one in charge of your life. You're the one in charge of the atmosphere around you. You are the one in charge, my friend. So what are you doing? And how are you moving forward right now, as you listen to my voice? How are you moving into your next day, your next week, your next year? I think the first step would be to jettison all the negative stuff in our minds, all the negative thinking, all the heavy thinking, all the doomsday thinking, and allow ourselves to see beyond that. And then we want to allow ourselves to actually feel what it feels like to be mindful and neutral and present with the situation, present with life itself. And from there, we can create an atmosphere of beauty and grace and poise and love, simply by shifting how we think and what we say. Because here's what I know. What is most prevalent within you blurps out of you, comes out of you in a funny way when you're under pressure. So if someone startles you, is your first word a cuss word, or is your first word something that is more higher, elevated, or divine in nature? Because that tells me immediately the state of your heart. So I ask you if you're in tune. Are you in tune with the universe? Are you in tune with the elegant simplicity of all that is in the world? Or when under pressure, does fear and anger and angst emerge through you, no matter what the smile is on your face or not? Because those things that burst out of you when the pressure increases tells us where your heart is. So this episode about an atmosphere of praise and gratitude is to remind all of us, every single one of us, that our human trajectory is quite interesting with its ups and downs and twists and turns. And it's up to us to choose the energy, the atmosphere, and the way we are received, our presence in the world. So do you want to be remembered by the static and fear and angst and anger? Or would you like to be remembered from the love and compassion and kindness? It's your choice. It's all of our choices, actually. And so I want to invite everybody to do a little exercise with me. And the exercise is this: to offer gratitude. Say thank you when you go through doorways. Say thank you in your mind's eye when you pass another person on the street, or when you're driving and you look over and you sit in the driver. Just offer gratitude for their presence in your life. Just saying thank you, noticing, and being grateful. And see how things shift and turn and move for you. I have so many stories about shifting that perspective from upset and disappointment and betrayal to one of gratitude and open heartedness. And we all have the power to do it even when we don't want to. So as we emerge into the new year, this episode is launching right at the beginning of 2023, and we move forward. Let's bring into alignment our heart, our mind, and our soul. Bring all parts of you together, that gut, that's your spirit in there, the beautiful heart of yours that knows how to love unconditionally, and that intelligent, sensitive brain. All parts of you aligned perfectly to bring your good into the world. So I want to thank you for listening to Someone Gets Me for this episode to launch into 2023. Remember to put your face to the sun so the shadows fall behind you, because you are a rock star. You are here on purpose, with a purpose. We know this to be true. So until the next episode of Someone Gets Me, this is Diane telling you to please be well. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening. I trust you gained some valuable inspiration and information. Please join me and other visionaries in the Someone Gets Me Facebook group. Or for more information on my services and additional episodes, visit someonegetsme.com. Again, thanks for listening.